So here is a room tour of me and Ken's master bedroom. Okay, so this is my side. I really love the scent of cashmere, so I always have a cashmere candle. This photo was taken by one of my favorite photographers. Her name is Erin. She's a local photographer. I've gotten my maternity pictures from her, and so many more, like my baby shower pictures and stuff like that. I get all of them through her. This is my wonderful touch light. I love how I can just touch this. I got this from Lowe's, and I did install a stained glass light bulb. Of course, the baby monitor. These two bears were a gift that I gave Ken back in like 2018 when we were engaged the first time. And then, of course, Ken's side, he has a different lamp than me because he likes the USB port. But he has pictures of me. Yeah, so that is our bedroom. And then, of course, we have a sliding glass door that goes out to the patio and our dream catcher. Parker sleeps there, so he sleeps in the room. I don't like Parker sleeping on the bed because he is a long-haired German Shepherd Husky mix. So anyway, he has his own bed. Yeah, so this is our bedroom. So cute.
Oh honey, buckle up because Gypsy Rose Blanchard just dropped a plot twist disguised as a bedroom tour, and what started as a cute little room reveal quickly spiraled into a full-on tea storm. And baby, it's not just the questionable decor or the awkward Father's Day video, it's the vibe. Something's off. Way off. And once you start connecting the dots, the whole thing looks less like a fresh start and more like another messy rerun of Gypsy's signature chaos. Let's rewind, shall we? Right before the tour, Gypsy posted a now infamous Father's Day clip. She's in bed with Ken, and out of nowhere, she hurls fake roses at his head while he sits there looking like he's about to evaporate from secondhand embarrassment. The energy? Cringe. But the video that came next really got the internet buzzing. Gypsy gave fans a full look at her new bedroom. Cute? Maybe. Normal? Absolutely not. She walks us through what's supposed to be her new setup at Ken's house, but here's where it gets juicy. This wasn't a couple's room. This was her room. Period. Everything was hers. Her clothes, her shoes, her little trinkets and glam station. Not a single trace of Ken. No jeans on the floor, no dude, deodorant on the dresser, no cologne, no slippers. Nothing. It was giving college freshman moving into her first dorm, not woman starting a life with her fiancé. And the internet caught it immediately. People started asking all the right questions. Why is there no sign of Ken living there? Are they even sharing a bed? Or did he stick her in the guest room like an Airbnb guest who overstayed her welcome? Even more unsettling, Ken, in literally every video, looks either half asleep or completely over it. He barely makes eye contact, doesn't smile, and always seems like he'd rather be anywhere else. Is this really the guy she's planning a wedding and babies with? Because the body language says, barely tolerating, not happily ever after. But, oh no. Gypsy wasn't about to let people start doubting the fantasy. So what does she do? Plot twist time. She uploads another video. This one's called Our Bedroom Tour. Yep, suddenly, we've got a whole new room, new vibe, different energy. It has a big bed, folded blankets, neatly arranged pillows, and, get this, she goes out of her way to say there are two sides. She points, this side's mine, that side's Ken's. A little too rehearsed? Totally. But it gets messier. On her side of the bed is a framed photo of her and Ken together, cute and expected. But then she pans to his side and, wait for it, it's more photos of her. Not them together, not him solo, just Gypsy. And the real kicker? They're not even new photos. These are the exact same selfies she used to send to Ryan, her ex-fiancé, back when they were still secretly talking behind Ken's back. Yes, sis. She reused the thirst traps she once sent another man, and put them on Ken's nightstand. What in the recycled romance is going on? There was no cologne.
So here is a room tour of me and Ken's master bedroom. Okay, so this is my side. I really love the scent of cashmere, so I always have a cashmere candle. This photo was taken by one of my favorite photographers. Her name's Erin. She's a local photographer. I've gotten my maternity pictures from her, and so many more, like my baby shower pictures and stuff like that. I get all of them through her. This is my wonderful touch light. I love how I could just touch this. I got this from Lowe's, and I did install a stained glass light bulb. Of course, baby monitor. These two bears were a gift that I gave Ken back in like 2018 when we were engaged the first time. And then of course Ken's side, he has a different lamp than me because he likes the USB port, but his pictures of me. Yeah, so that is our bedroom.
So we can all breathe. It looks like Gypsy Rose and Ken are sharing a bedroom, at least part of the time. I'm guessing there's that spare bedroom that GRB set some of her stuff up in, because maybe when Ruby, Demona, or the like make an appearance, Ken has some sort of a safe room. Y'all saw my comments. There were just so many to be made.
Talking about the Gypsy Rose Blanchard bedroom tour. Okay, so yesterday her story was all about how she had her room set up, her closet and everything, and she was talking about how she had already moved a lot of stuff over. I assumed that was her bedroom at her parents' house. But after she posted her master bedroom tour of her and Ken's room today, everybody's saying that they sleep in 2 different rooms. I don't know. I'm sure at some point she'll set the record straight because, you know, she's Pinocchio and she dances and she posts to contradict anything that we say. But, anywho, so let's talk about this master bedroom tour. First of all, Jib, you gave that to us already. You know, you remember your awful Father's Day post where you were trying to seduce a man who wasn't interested in you. But all we saw was her bed, and she showed her nightstands, and her side had a picture of her and Ken. And his side had pictures of her. Not even of them together, and neither had a picture that included Aurora. Now, before she would be quick to say, oh, but I don't want to show my kid, you could have easily laid it down or turned it backwards and said, this picture frame has Aurora showing, so I'm not going to show it on film. But she didn't do that. So neither parent cares about the daughter, but there's pictures of Gypsy on both. Narcissist. Anywho, then on the second picture of the story, Pinocchio, you know, after yesterday we said she never posts pictures of her being a mom and that you don't have to show your kids to be on TikTok. There's a picture of her laying down with Aurora laying on her chest sleeping, and she puts, so blessed. Anywho, I wonder if your mom looked that peaceful when she went to sleep permanently at your hands.
No man stuff. Not even one shared memory placed by him. It felt less like a lived-in couple's bedroom and more like a staged set. Like she was performing couple life, not actually living it. Just one big smoke and mirrors show for the viewers still hanging on her every move. But wait, just when you thought it couldn't get any more bizarre, enter the teddy bears. Gypsy holds up 2 stuffed bears placed neatly on the bed, smiling as she explains they were gifts she gave Ken back in 2018. So far, so sweet. But then she drops the phrase that had everyone doing a double take, back when we were engaged the first time. The first time? Excuse me? Did she just soft launch a second engagement without saying it outright? Because babe, nobody uses first unless there's a second. Fans immediately started speculating. Are they engaged again? Is this a quiet rollout of their new status? Because if there's one thing Gypsy doesn't do, it's subtlety. This is the same woman who turned face masks and forehead kisses into full TikTok productions. So why no ring reveal? No announcement? No dramatic TikTok montage with Marry Me by JLo playing in the background? The only answer? This was classic Gypsy, dropping hints. Leaving breadcrumbs. Stirring just enough speculation to keep her name in the algorithm without confirming anything. She knows exactly how to bait the internet, how to feed the fan theories, how to get people clicking, talking, guessing. She thrives in the chaos, in the are they or aren't they suspense, and this? This was all part of the act. Now, if Gypsy really got re-engaged to Ken, why all the whispers and no announcement? Why the cryptic teddy bear moment instead of a full-on sparkle ring reveal? I mean, this is the same woman who staged everything from skincare routines to sappy love notes, so why suddenly get shy now? Unless she wants people guessing. Unless this whole thing is just bait to stir up buzz without having to answer any real questions. You see the game, right? And here's where it turns dark. Not long ago, Christ, the family friend who spilled more tea than a broken kettle, revealed something major, that Ken allegedly had to sign a non-disclosure agreement just to date Gypsy. Yes, a literal NDA. Like, silence in exchange for romance. Let that marinate. If someone needs you to legally promise not to speak before even loving them, is that intimacy, or a full-blown transaction? Because suddenly, it all makes sense. The forced videos, the overly curated bedroom setups, the uncomfortable silences. It's giving PR strategy, not genuine love. It's all starting to feel like one big production, Gypsy's Life, Season 2. Because when there's real love, you don't need scripts and choreographed bedroom walkthroughs. You get natural moments. Laughter that doesn't end in awkward cutaways. You get connection. Not camera angles. And let's circle back to that infamous spare room, the one Gypsy called her space. Like, what is that? A safe zone? A getaway room when things get tense? Or is it Ken's emergency backup plan? A place to push her when the vibe gets too heavy? Because let's not play, Gypsy's darker side has shown itself before. That jailhouse voice, the one that snapped at Ken in calls, manipulated Nick into murder, and played her family like chess pieces? It's still there. The teddy bears, the baby voices, the new clothes, they're not hiding it. Just distracting from it. And that NDA? Maybe that was Ken's only lifeline. A legal boundary to protect himself from the whirlwind that is Gypsy. Because when you zoom out, this doesn't look like a love story, it looks like a survival plan in pretty lighting. But here's where the story takes a chilling turn. Fans started noticing something eerie about Gypsy's our bedroom video because it felt familiar. Too familiar. Like a scene we'd seen before. 10 years ago, Gypsy filmed another bedroom. Her mother's. She calmly walked through the layout, pointed out her side of the bed, and her mom's. And in the creepiest moment ever caught on camera, she quietly demonstrated how she planned to carry out Dee Dee's murder. Chilling. Now fast forward to 2025, and here she is again, walking through a bedroom, narrating sides, describing sleeping arrangements. Same tone. Same structure. Different audience. And while it looks all pastel and Pinterest on the surface, underneath, that same cold, calculated energy lingers. You can't unsee it. And honestly, you shouldn't. Is Gypsy trying to recreate peace in a new life? Or is this all just a new set for the same old performance?
I support Gypsy and Ken. Or is Gypsy trying to create speculation? She casually let us know that she has a separate bedroom at Ken's house. Girl, yes. So let's break it down. Gypsy has mentioned before that Ken doesn't like cuddling or being touched, but she's now filming it from her room like it's normal. Like you said, this isn't 1953 and y'all aren't Lucy and Ricky. People have speculated things and we all know what those things are. And if it's true, fine. But why is she like feeding into it while begging for privacy? You can't soft launch these off kind of vibes and then scream cyber schmullying when people notice or comment. I mean, it's really giving strategic mess for attention and clicks, right?
Girl, there's a whole plot twist nobody asked for, and main character in a cautionary tale. So she says she's done proving herself. That's funny, because no one asked for proof. We've got police reports, testimonies, and a murder conviction, and multiple TikToks showing your fake tears and selling trauma like it's a 2-for-1 at Bath & Body Works. She really posted this like we've been gaslighting her. Ma'am, you had your mom murdered. You have a Lifetime show, and you're rebranding like you're some Disney character with a makeup routine. This ain't healing. And the Akon song in the background, sorry, blame it on me. Baby, that's not accountability. That's PR with a side of passive-aggressive pity party. Gypsy's giving gaslight, gatekeep, and grief tour all in one. I'll say it once, and I'll say it louder for the people in the back. You don't get to play misunderstood when there's a body involved. You can't quote every Pinterest post and act like you're not a criminal. We remember what you did, how you're treating it like a brand aesthetic. So yeah, maybe you're the villain, but you're also the writer, the casting director, the main one trying to flip the script. And unfortunately, we've all seen this movie. Y'all, I think Gypsy is having trouble in paradise. But was this for us? Was this for Ken? Was this for Ryan? I'm thinking it may be for Ken. She gets off parole really soon. We know that's suspicious. That's suspicious.
Because no matter how many pillows she fluffs or how many teddy bears she lines up on the bed, that dark energy follows her. And maybe, just maybe, she knows it. Maybe that's why she's trying so hard to control the narrative. Because that victim role? She's still clinging to it like a security blanket. Which brings us to her latest melodramatic monologue. Gypsy posted a long, emotional essay to her socials, except, plot twist, she didn't even write it. But she said it resonated with her. The message? I once believed I needed to tell my side of the story. I didn't want to be seen as the bad guy. I tried to love, to show up, but people believe what they want. Baby, no. You didn't accidentally become the villain. You plotted a murder. You let a man crawl through a window and stab your mother in her sleep. Then you posed for happy selfies and made cute videos like nothing ever happened. That's not a misunderstood girl boss. That's someone who's still dodging real accountability behind curated filters and vague statements. This isn't about your truth, Gypsy. It's about owning what you did. Because no amount of soft lighting or choreographed TikToks can erase the past. And no matter how many times she tries to rebrand, there's a shadow trailing her, one that a new bedroom and a pink stuffed bear won't ever fully hide. See, Gypsy isn't just putting on a performance for clout anymore, she's shaping minds. And not adult minds that can scroll away or roll their eyes. We're talking teenagers. Impressionable girls. Kids who are still trying to figure out who they are, who they trust, and how to survive in families that may not be perfect. These are young people who hear Gypsy's story, see the trauma, feel the pain, and then see her being treated like some kind of tragic princess with a tiara of justice. And that's where the red flags turn into full sirens. One girl, a literal teen, left a heartbreaking comment under Gypsy's post saying, "Now I get why Gypsy did what she did. My mom is toxic too." That's a cry for help. That's a moment where a real role model would step in and say, talk to someone. Get support. You deserve safety. But what did Gypsy do? She shared it. Out of context. No message. No warning. Like it was a gold star. Like a child identifying with a murderer was empowering. Let that sink in. A woman who conspired to have her mother killed, who lured a man into a bloody act that shook the world, is now spotlighting comments from vulnerable kids and treating them like applause. Not to educate. Not to warn. But to feed her image. To build a brand around tragedy and twist it into validation. This isn't a redemption story anymore, it's a masterclass in emotional exploitation. It's why people are demanding she be permanently removed from social media. Because Gypsy hasn't healed, she's just leveled up her act. The props are more polished, the tears are perfectly timed, and the manipulation? Still sharper than ever. She's not sharing a cautionary tale, she's repackaging it as content. Still baiting. Still spinning. Still playing both the wounded victim and the misunderstood icon. And now, she's handing that script off to the next generation like it's a starter pack for surviving abuse. But here's the kicker, Gypsy's just months away from finishing parole. She could be living a quiet life, off camera, processing her past. But instead, she's back on social, pushing trauma-laced aesthetics, dropping cryptic engagement clues, and staging one bedroom reveal after another like she's filming a rom-com instead of living in the aftermath of a true crime story. So where does that leave us? We've got Gypsy Rose, still dodging accountability, still leaning into internet fame, still turning tragedy into TikToks. New lighting, new followers, maybe even a new Ken, but the same old Gypsy. And honestly, it feels like the next twist is already loading. So what do you think? Is this engagement even real? Is she baiting us again? And should someone with this history, who refuses to truly own it, be allowed to influence vulnerable teens? Sound off in the comments, don't forget to like and subscribe, and stay tuned, babe.